All right, we are back with some more of the Outer Worlds. Where we last left off, we ended up rushing a guy with a shit with our escape pod. Apparently, he should not have been standing too close to that when he sent out his location. But yeah. So we dealt with the dude that copied the witch from Wizard of Oz. We met some marauders, exploded some barrels, and saw a graveyard on the way to the city, I believe. So now it's time to get back into the game and see what we find out. Ooh, Mantis Swarm examined. External anatomy. Every 20 points in the skill unlocks a new bonus or upgrade in that skill. Skill description, something. During the 21st century, the skip drive was invented, sparked another space race as corporations began exploring and claiming purchasing rights to known star systems. Apparently, the Mantis Swarm fits on the tip of your finger. And it's a cloud of death, apparently. Okay. Creatures take extra damage from plasma, machinery from electricity, I believe. Alright, hold the transition to Edgewater. Here we go. Finally in Edgewater in the Emerald Veil. Raising your stealth skill, unlock sneak attacks for bonus damage, previewing items in a locked container, and the ability to hack vending machines. Now, by the way, I just wanted to get this out of the way. I know I said this, like, for 15 minutes straight during my last video I posted, or the one before that, actually. But I am completely new to YouTube. I suck at editing. Honestly, I'm going to be doing very minimal editing with this to begin with. Hopefully it'll get better as we go, but yeah. Our first city, Edgewater. Alright, we got a nice little achievement for that. I don't know where I should go first. That's not a door we can open. Cantina specials, hot meals, cold meals, live music when available. Day old salt tuna, 2 bits off. Bits seems to be the currency they use here. And apparently I can't enter any of these buildings?
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Sick house?
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight.
What is sick house? Oh. Okay. Talk. Oh! Actually, cinematic cutscene.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Why wouldn't I want to be seen around you? Why not?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time.
So
I'm
you're
in about
sick.
as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
What, then I'm visiting some sick people? Make it sound like I'm being watched.
The walls talk, is all. We all got sights on each other. Any of us breaks company protocol, boss is gonna hear about it from 6 different mouths.
So
Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
got some training. I could take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
Alright. What kind of trouble?
People trouble. Lazy worker like
bad
me
for
getting
this
special
girl.
treatment from some out-of-town physiker like you. People will talk. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
Does not work that way, person. I am sorry. Yeah. You can't blame yourself
I
because
really
you fell
wish
sick.
you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Leave you be. Wait, did that screw up? Okay, it was journal botched. Okay, I didn't get no mission from that. Okay, I'm still going to talk to you other sick people. Hey, get back here.
At least I paid my gravesite fees.
Paid your gravesite fees. This person ain't can't even interact with. What? Shutting what down?
Cross them off! Time to collect a fine bounty!
What did they just do? Go off and... Okay. Person wants to murder little rat things. Oh, he's dead. I'll just take that. Did they just throw their dead in here? Okay, there's no way a robot got sick. Any of you want to talk to me? And these things probably ain't helping much. Okay, okay. Ooh, what is this? Corporation service. Nobody's looking. I will take that. I will take your Adreno. Alright, I'm gonna try to talk to her one more time. Maybe she'll tell me something else.
I've never seen an outfit like yours before. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
Open fire! Waste of company ammo!
Why are you shooting those? I mean, I'm not complaining, but... Alright, we have here... Conrad Sadik.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Okay. Relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague.
Oh, okay, he's one of these
I'm
people.
Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards.
Wow.
You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Alright, prepare my remains for what now?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Okay. I've got questions
Go
for
ahead.
you. You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
Oh, of course. So what do you know about this
The
plague?
plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
So, it's a plague that can be treated, and they're not taking care of it.
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
So, instead of helping everybody, you're helping the one... whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
I'm
What can I
going to
do
have
for
to
you?
talk to him. Let's try this. Sounds like you had some training. I know a thing or two about medicines.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Yes, you are. I'm guessing you were trained at medical school?
Experience was my teacher.
Ugh.
Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer, brochures 1 through 5, courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
No, that's not how you... No.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing, It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties.
Okay.
You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
None of you are looking inside my
Vicar
head.
Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Alright. You don't seem to like
He
him
doesn't
much.
seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Alright, I've got some questions.
Go ahead.
Never mind. So, he's the barber. What's back here? And the morgue. Great. Letter from Phyllis. Conrad. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is going to run us. So I'm thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We'll send the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay for his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special little signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G. Okay, I gotta talk to this person too. There is a lot of stuff going on here. You see me? Alright, I don't want him to see me and start stuff. Okay, can't go in there.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
Okay.
I don't get a lot of visitors.
I wonder why. They're scaring everybody away. Alright. What's this? First, what do
It's
you
not
want?
the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Alright. You know where I can find
You
you
ought to
farts?
go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Alright. Got some questions
Go
for
right
you then.
ahead.
What's your take on this place?
You mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now?
You're always
It's,
being tested.
Fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Can't be serious. No one would want to live here. Okay.
If loving the place I work makes me crazy, then haul me off for mandatory re-education. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch
Other
out
than
for?
yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Oh, trust me, he probably doesn't.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait? Is there a reason you feel like you have to hide what's going on?
You have got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
That makes me think that they're poisoning or something.
Survival of the fittest. It ain't just a law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
No, that's not. And if you don't work hard
Then the
enough,
hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Yeah, because you're sitting there trying to cover your tracks.
Music to my
Let's
ears.
see what you have to sell. Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. Alright, he sells everything from an impact hammer. Ooh, machine guns. Ooh, he sells... Ooh, I want these. I have... you. Alright. Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of stuff. Here, let us sell some crap we don't need. We can sell one of these. Yeah, I don't really know what I can sell. Alright, let's just get out of here. This town is bigger than I thought it would be. Honestly, I expected something a lot smaller. What's this place?
Huh?
Oh, this must be the church or something. Residence. I like how it's got the whole, I forgot what these are called. I'm not even going to try to pretend I know. I feel like talking to you may trigger something.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic.
Yes, I am.
Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Quickest way out of town. I'll take that one. How'd you know I'm an outsider?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts.
Alright.
Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
Alright. Let's get back on track. We'll do this
Nothing
one.
could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Oh, is that it? Seems like you're terrible at your job. It's gotta be tough. Isn't it your job to raise that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Hold on a minute. Did you refer to this town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Looking for a power regulator. What kind of
They
spiritual
who are not
advice do you offer?
satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
Alright, what does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Okay. How do you talk to this Grand Architect?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Okay. Doesn't sound like very motivational religious philosophy. What's there aspire to? So what's your part in all this besides counseling people? Pretty weak religion you got there. Follow a preordained plan. Sounds like a lot of fun. We'll do this
We
one.
will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything.
Okay.
The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
All right. Really? How does that work?
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
I'm looking for a power regular.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery.
All right.
Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
Why do you say that?
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you.
Well, you got my
One of
attention.
the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I
Okay.
happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence
So he
lies
wants this
outside the
book.
town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
All right. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical
I just want to
heretical
keep the
book?
writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Was that it? I'll need to hear a little
It's a
bit more.
handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'm
It
serious
is
if you
not
tell me what's
only
going
a
on.
beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos.
Okay.
Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
All right. You got
Thank
your
you.
book.
If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I'll get you your book. And then you will give me a reward. And you will pretend I never was here. Shall be going now. All right,
Hey there,
resident,
Mary.
resident.
Don't see you around here too often.
Nothing up here.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I
All right. Let's get out here. And
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
okay. I don't want to go in there yet. That tower is the one. Okay, that's cannery. This just an alleyway. Still want to go into the cantina. All right, what do we have here?
You read the latest
Workers,
Part that
residents.
said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevick's folk hadn't abandoned us.
Cannery
Canada could use us as a
workers.
chance.
Nothing we can do about that.
Winslow. Let's see what Winslow has to say.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor?
Yep, I'm a visitor.
Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again?
I've been asking myself that same question.
Oh, I ask myself questions all the time. For example, why do we spend money on these fancy latrines when we have a perfectly good wall outside?
I think you had a little too much to drink.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my third bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
What's your injury?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
So, instead of taking him to a doctor, the boss has given him a 5% discount on Zero G Brew, which I'm assuming is owned by their company. So, for him getting a discount and getting out of work, possibly, it sounds like, which means he's making less money, he's now being inclined to spend the money he is earning or saved back into the company. Yeah, you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Yeah, no.
I don't know you.
And I don't know you either. Who are you? Lie 1, Alex Hawthorne, Captain with the Unreliable. Excuse me? Nice to meet you too. Everyone's so friendly and welcoming in this town. I'm caregivers.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser.
Alright.
I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
So you're not gonna serve me a
Nah,
drink?
I'm contractually obligated to serve you. Just not gonna be too happy about it. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
What is this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's
for
already
them.
struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to Reed. Where
Do
can I
you
find
now?
him?
And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson?
He'll talk
try
to me.
ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
I
ahead.
don't know if there is anything else I want to ask you. So what's your
I
story?
don't see how that's any of your business.
Of course it's not my business. It's going to be one of these. I'm not trying to judge you, just curious.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life.
Alright.
Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
So you had a dream of becoming a scientist. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right
That
thing and
is
worked the life I
science,
was always meant to
though.
live.
Questions.
Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing Zero G?
That is not important questions. Thank you.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put
They
me where I
are
belong, and
mind
for that,
warped.
I am grateful.
Like brainwashed by this
What's wrong
company.
with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves.
That's like
Glasses
episode
don't fill themselves
2.
either.
Last episode
Unless
of this.
you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Yeah, it's like the last episode of this. We had a dude that was bragging about the quality of their items, and it misfires and shoots him in the leg.
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
Thanks for the story.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours.
Oh.
So, What's your story?
My story? You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
That right? Prove it.
Of course. I'm the last survivor of the colony ship Hope. Everyone else is frozen. Crazy scientists stranded me on this planet with no way other than a broken down ship. I'm an alien spirit of pure ether, inhabiting a human body to learn more about your kind. Alright, we're gonna do the truth.
I know that serial drama. They were playing it just the other night. What was it called? The Last Spacer? You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
Alright.
Coming right up.
Oh, I didn't even see what I clicked on. Oh, alcohol. Dehydrated water tablets. Oh, it's tablets. Water without the hydrogen or oxygen. Sugary drink. Body attributes +1. Just add air. Now available and carbonated. Really? Can I see the bottom of this? Does it like show the tablets? No. That would have been awesome if it did. Alright. I'm listening to make sure she has nothing else.
I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors.
Oh.
You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
She doesn't like a job. Just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
I've been asking around.
Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like.
Oh, let's take a rum and something.
Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Then give me a rum. Okay.
Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folklore about a mysterious colony ship.
So they do know. It's not folklore, I'm from the Hope.
You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed?
I'm from the Hope person. I'm not drunk. I just want to know if anyone else made it off the Hope.
Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless they're looking for a trip to Tartarus. The Hope's
I don't know what
folklore,
Tartarus
right?
is.
60,
Sounds familiar,
70-year-old
actually.
folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
You sound scared.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Whatever, give me a
Coming right
drink.
up.
Well, I'll have. Nothing. Because you're evil. Guys. Can we leave? Can I leave? There we go. Alright, what do we have here? Wanted posters. Bertie Cotton. Wanted Bertie Cotton from the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement. A writ of execution effective immediately for Bert Cotton, former vicar stationed at Edgewater. Vicarage no longer in good standing with Halcyon Branch Order of Scientific Inquiry. At large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, sedition and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Rays for details. Gil Entrim. From the Spacers, blah blah. Former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on grounds of unauthorized use of Adrena time. Wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name, yada yada, yada yada, whatever. Doc, for the Spacers, writ of execution. Physician contemned on charges of dereliction of duty, disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of Adrena time, at large and dangerous. Wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism, and unlicensed practice of medicine on seditious criminals. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Okay.
Keep our voices down.
You know what? We're going to pick this up on the next episode. I'd like to thank everybody for joining today. If anyone's watched it, or whenever you're watching it, I have to remember I'm not live streaming right now. But feel free to hit subscribe, like, give it a thumbs up, whatever. And see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. See you then. Bye.